Good afternoon. I'm talking about polygamy. I'm responding to a young man's idea about what polygamy is and why women don't like it. Oh, no. He started off by saying he's going to talk about polygamy and women are not going to like it at all. That a man can go behind a woman's back to have a second wife, but the woman can't do the same. Allow me to explain something to you. Polygamy was set up not as a way of men behaving irresponsibly and doing as they like to other people's children and having children all over the place and mistreating women. If a man went behind, traditionally, if a man went behind his wife's back to have another wife without the first wife's knowledge. That's what going behind the back means, right? He'll be punished twice. The first wife's family will punish him. They could actually take their daughter away from him for disrespecting her and for behaving irresponsibly, because it would show that he is not matured enough to hold a family together. Because the idea of having a second family is actually to enhance both your life and that of your wife. It's not about you having fun or enjoying, as many women as you can at all. And you do not just take a woman. You have to ask her parents' permission. And the whole idea of a bride price is not to say that you are paying for her. You're not paying for the woman. Right, a bride price is actually compensation that you pay the parents for losing their daughter's services. Because when she's with her parents, she looks after them. She helps her mother in cooking and in looking after the extended family. She probably is the legs that goes and carries her nieces and nephews to the home and helps her aunts to keep the cousins and others together. This is a service that she will bring to your home where she keeps your family and her family together. They educate her, they teach her good manners and teach her about the customs and cultures which she will also pass on. This is what you're paying for. You're not paying for her value. You cannot pay for a human life. You cannot put a value on human life, and no amount of money that you pay will be enough for her. So get to understand what the dowry system is there for. You're not paying, you're not buying a woman. If you have a child with a woman without first being married to her or going into the family home to ask for permission or to say to the family that if you're looking for your daughter, if anything happens to her, she's with me, and for the family to agree, you get fined for impregnating a daughter or for doing that because you've dishonored her and you have dishonored her family. So take that back to the original statement, which says that if you go behind a woman's back, your wife's back, to have another woman to marry, that you're in your rights. You're not in your rights. You don't mistreat the first woman or the second woman. That's not the way it works. A man is seen to be a very responsible and most vital part of society, as a woman is. It is not within our traditional system that anybody is superior or is born more superior or has more rights than the other. That concept comes from the colonial system, where you buy people and you use them for your benefit. the colonial system says that a man is at the head of the house, the head of a woman, and he has the rights over women and children. The colonial system believes in superiority, control, order, bordering on abuse. It is not our way. Our way, the traditional way, the African way, is harmony, working in existence with, learning about the value and uses of the other and using it in harmony to each other. And I'm talking about nature, and I'm talking about men and women. And when I say use, I don't mean it in the way that you know, but working in harmony with. So perhaps the word use is the wrong word. We don't use each other. We complement each other. We value what each person brings. And a man can marry up to 99, 100, as many as he's able to afford. Let me explain. We've got the sort of polygamy where the man has such strong genes, really powerful genes, that every woman wants to marry him. And that happens. He marries all of those women, if it's his choice. And he reproduces his genes within the community. There's that. He obviously can't physically look after all of them. So there's a system in place where the women look after the children and look after him to sustain him. They bring him food, they wash his clothes, they keep him alive and well. Some men like that, and it happens like that for them. Another system is where a piece of land, a huge piece of land, might be given to a king, and women in the neighboring towns may be given to him to marry and have children with, and become part of the royal household. And so that there is no war about boundaries, about land, about disputes, or anything like that. There's also the polygamy where the man is just so hot that the wife might say, look, I think you need another wife to take on the responsibilities in the B room. Mm-hmm. Perhaps a second or third or fourth wife, you beast you. So there's that one as well. And all of those are permissible and done tastefully. And when I say tastefully, it's with the consent and understanding of the wife, of the women, and it is their choice. And the man respects those choices. If a man chooses to marry a second wife and the wife says absolutely not, he can't. He really can't. Why not? Because it's not about him, it's about them. It's about them making a life together. It's about them forming a family. It's about them forming part of a community and keeping the community rules and societal function going. It's not about him. It's never been about him or her. It's about them. It's about harmony. So if ever part of your tradition starts to morph into the colonialist idea, know that that aspect of it is not yours. We do not subjugate each other, nor do we lord it over each other to say one is better than the other, and if you don't do as I say, then no. Ours is not enslavement or having one, being forcing people to do things against them.